Okay. Well, welcome to already, I can't believe it, session 3 of the Red Storm Rising campaign adventure titled The Darkest Dream, designed by Gooey Cube, and it's presented by the Greater Mulmaster Beholder Corps, of which some of our esteemed members are again playing tonight. We have Zane and Mark and Lee, the mighty Trey.
Yes.
And I am Casey, better known as the emissary of the Great Mother. And as always, we are so excited to proceed with The Darkest Dream. And so I ask you, aberrations, shall we begin?
We shall.
Carry forth.
Gives me has my back.
All right, the eyes have it, my friends. So let us begin.
And if I'm not incorrect, we're starting this off with an initiative roll.
Actually, we're going to start this off by asking somebody, not Kenna. Kenna did a fabulous job the last time recounting our previous session.
Thank you.
As we ventured down into the depths of the old well, but as we've passed through some of the darkness and the mysterious and spookiness of the old well, who would like to recap what happened in our last episode?
I'll go ahead and do it.
All right, Theros, give us a recap and maybe win a reward for your effort.
I will do what I can. So upon descending into the well, we proceeded forth and found a room of a strange purple haze. But as we looked around, we were attacked by these horribly sticky throwing web spiders that were rather quite disgusting and smelled quite bad.
Smell bad.
They smell bad!
I was going to say purple haze sounds psychedelic. Ooh.
Who knows? We might still be on the trip.
We might be imagining all of this.
We shall see, right? Oh,
so upon entering the room, or upon killing the spiders that we first encountered and then entering the room, falling down into a great pit, several of us, and killing another spider, and coming out of that pit and trudging along down this well that is much more like a dungeon than it is a well, finding more spiders of this type and graxling them with ease. We proceeded on until we ran across a giant spider which attempted to munch on poor Fleegan. And we were able to dispense of that monster, and we freed a gentleman by the name of Mr. Surznen. You can bring him up.
Yes.
Portrait 3. Sodama Surzan. And we, I think, equipped him with a dagger as an NPC to assist us. And as we proceeded forth and looking, we ran across where we are now, what appears to be the nest of said spiders that are so gooey and sticky like the Great Cube.
Ooh.
And so that is where we are currently, waiting to start session 3.
Dun dun dun.
Strange voices in the dark. Strange feelings up ahead. The place is scary. We're all worried we're gonna be dead. The gnome almost made it. But we shall see. Shall we die this night? Oh, may we. Wow. Okay. Yes, Theros, wonderful recap. Why don't you go ahead and roll on the GUI reward table for me, please, and grab yourself a reward. All right, you get advantage on an attack roll. You can use that at any point. Once you use it, it's done. But congratulations. And everybody, make me a straight up D20 roll, please. No, that's not initiative.
Could somebody roll for me? I'm kind of AFK right now.
I will take care of that. So I will roll as. Oh gosh, there's a lot of people in here.
Fleegan.
Where is Fleeting?
Hey, while you're AFK, could you grab me another brew, please?
I'll just settle for my computer to actually boot up.
Okay.
Understand that.
Did mine not register?
I see something that registered, and that was you because you had already previously rolled, so it just rolled again. So Theros rolled a 4, Kenna an 11, Kimber an 18, Roar an 8, and Fleegan a 17. Congratulations, Kimber. You get a Gooey reward.
What?
Roll on the Gooey reward table, please.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where's that again?
Get a good one.
Go to your the collection tab, the tab to the left of the gear, and you should see down in the bottom of that tab a table called Gooey Rewards, and you click on Roll. Do you see that?
Sorry, I just turned into a jungle gym for a little monkey right next to me here.
Ah, yes. Welcome, little goo. My monkeys are in bed, so.
On my character sheet?
No, go to your collections tab over on your left tool area next to, directly to the left of your settings tab. So over where the chat bubbles are, you go to the right and you find your collection tab.
Yeah, top of the chat chart. You're looking at the column on the left. You need to go to the right.
To the gear symbol up on
The one to the left of the gear symbol.
Oh, yeah, gear. I was thinking like gear, like equipment for your character gear.
Yeah. When
Yeah,
I talk about the control tabs, I'm talking about the right control windows where you see your chat. You have your chat tab, or you have your journal tab, or you have your compendium tab. It's called.
And not on the settings. The one to the left of the settings.
Finally got
the
it.
3 little light sideways. There you go.
Okay. Wow, you got a rare one. You got a fake.
Whoa!
What? It had to be timed just correctly. That's why I was delaying. I really knew all along what I was doing.
Yeah. That's it.
So you can basically ask me to change something. You can alter the outcome of an event. It's at my discretion, but make it good. Sell it.
If it's anything like last time, save it for the eliminating the effect of a fumble.
Well, it's no longer the equinox.
Right on.
It's no longer the equinox, so I think our rolls are going to be interesting. So
We can hope. We
yeah,
live in interesting times.
not what they were the last time. All right, friends. Well, let us begin now that we've gotten past the GUI rewards, and we have a couple of GUI rewards for people to use. So enjoy those, friends. That's part of the Gooey Cube system, and I think they're a wonderful addition. All right, so
Mr. Alphonse Goo has joined us on the stream.
welcome, Master Wizard. Appreciate you joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
So we will move on. So you all have encountered the chamber of spider eggs full of webs, and I once again will show you what you see as you approach the door. So this is what you're seeing here, and we shall describe it. Beyond the entrance of this room is a room that is quite warm and humid. You feel the humidity coming from the room, apparently made so by what looks to be a large metal tub of water that steams over a small coal fire in the northerly section of the room. Virtually the entire walls and ceiling are covered in sticky green web strands. Set on the floor of the room are many gray-green blob-like masses about 3 feet in height, and a web-filled passage can be seen in the east wall. A horrid, that smell again, a horrid, deathly smell permeates the room. And it's a nauseating scent, and it turns your stomachs. So, the nest, my friends, what do you do?
We need to destroy those eggs.
Who has a torch?
Does Kimber still have a torch?
Kimber cast light on.
Cast light, yeah.
Oh, that's what it was.
Unfortunately, not the gnome's head. But he's got more scruples than all of us. So, yes, he's got light on a rock that he's carrying around.
Is there anything that we've encountered that we could use for flame? Does anyone have anything
If
we can
anyone
start a
has
fire
an
with?
explorer's pack or an adventurer's
Dungeoneer's
pack.
pack? Dungeoneer's
Yep, those
pack?
all have torches.
Yeah, those should have.
We just need
So-
to find something to start a flame.
What I propose we do is the two of us that are heftiest get up front. Gurur, get up here with me, and we will be ready for anything that crawls out. Everyone else, stand back and ready
I
to throw
can move
things.
out of the way, yes.
But at the same time, somebody else should probably start trying to create some fire bombs.
Yep.
Or something to throw into that room. So
Well,
I'll-
we'll guard this
I'll open
way,
the
but
top
especially
and
with
put
those
the-
fire. Once those fire bombs start throwing, there's going to be a lot of action in that room, I think.
So describe to me how you're going to make a firebomb and what you're planning on doing with it. I need to understand a firebomb.
Do you have any alcohol, by chance, my friend?
Flask of
I
oil.
have to imagine I have at least some sort of brew with me.
Yeah, Gror would have some sort of alcohol on him, considering his parents are the distillers of the troop.
I think that would work quite well.
Flammable
to facilitate.
spirits as a Molotov cocktail.
There we go. That's kind of what I was thinking.
I can't believe you didn't offer that up earlier. My nerves are wrecked.
It burns going down.
We aren't
Also,
ready
birds
yet.
going flying. That's
All right, so you guys are going to fashion a Molotov cocktail from a burning flask and a strip of cloth or something.
yeah. If anyone has an explorer's pack or an engineer's pack, it should come with flint and steel and a torch, so we can
Yeah.
light
I
it with that.
definitely have that too if nobody else does.
Yeah,
So-
we've got those. I think everyone has them.
Okay, describe to me, maybe ping on the map, where you're expecting to throw this and what you're expecting to ignite.
What do you think?
I
Should
think
we
I
go for
wanna
the
put
eggs, or should we go for the
like here. Off like
Gror, go
one whole
ahead.
side.
Sorry, I keep talking over you. Gror, go ahead.
Put it in here and cut off one whole side and hopefully catch that whole end on fire.
What are you hoping to catch on fire?
All those webs
And
and the
the
egg
eggs.
sacs. Yeah.
What if we did the other side so that whatever comes down that hallway, if something comes down that hallway, we block it off?
that's not a bad option.
I probably would consider that, except for I'd have to hook it around the corner. So from where I am, that's why I clicked the other side.
Well, maybe I could throw it from there, probably.
I have a question also. I have Sacred Flame, and it says it's radiant damage, but can that ignite alcohol?
That's more of a holy fire than an
Yeah.
actual physical fire, so I would say no.
Okay. Yeah, I was headed that way with it also.
If I had any more chromatic orbs, I'd just light it up. But I'm out.
We'll light you up, sweet cheeks. All right. All right.
I'm
so-
gonna-
You just need
keep
to
an eye
fire
down.
it up. There's a fire under the tub.
That is true.
You're going to go in there and
No, just throw the bottle at the edge of the tub. But if you miss, it'd be much better if we had it lit before we throw it.
Yeah, we definitely have to light it before we throw it. So we've got to put the fuse in from at least like somebody
A rag.
carrying some cloak. Then I'll spill a little bit on, like the very end of it and shove the dry side down into it so we can light the fuse.
Okay.
And then hurl it in there.
All right. Sounds like what I thought you guys might do. So you're going to give it to Theros, and Theros is going to throw it to the right side of the room into the webbing.
About there or further?
Does it look like there's like a passageway on that side more?
It does. From the perspective, at least Theros would have said this. You wouldn't see this roar, but It looks like there might be a passageway that direction. Yes.
That's my only concern.
There's a passageway over here.
Do we want to cut that off? But maybe that is the better plan.
Yes. Cut it off. I'm going to watch down the hallway that I'm standing off to the side in case something comes at us from the other direction.
So once it's lit, I'll give it to him on that side to throw down in there.
So where that square is where I'm trying to land it.
Okay. All right. Y'all ready?
And then get the shield ready, and I expect things to come out of here.
Yep.
All right. So if you're all ready, then Theros, I would like you to give me a sleight of hand check, please, as you throw. All right.
Nice.
You reach back, and as if you're drilling a fastball right into the sweet spot, your Molotov cocktail goes flying off into the webs, hits the ground, and explodes into a spray of burning alcoholic liquid. Unfortunately, surprising to you and anybody else who might be able to see, the liquid kind of flares and flames itself out, and it doesn't seem to kindle on the webbing at all. In fact, as it hit the webbing, it seemed to clink and bang around as if the webbing was almost more of a crystalline substance than an actual typical spider web substance that you would have expected.
That's not normal.
So indicating to you that it's possible that the webbing itself cannot catch fire.
Well, that's a good waste of my nerves.
Guess we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Very well. Let's step in and start smashing things.
Bash them up.
All right, Gar. Let's step in together.
I hate spiders.
Fleegan, get those daggers ready.
ready.
Get those daggers ready, Fleegan.
All right. So from what I understand, you guys are going to go ahead and step into the room and start trying to smash eggs.
Yep, slowly looking for anything that's crawling looking for anything crawling on the webbing.
On the webs, yeah.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please, and go ahead and move your characters where they're supposed to go.
I'm going to step 5 feet in at a time, trying to keep lockstep with Grar.
Okay. All right. Grar, are you moving in at the same time? There we go.
I would almost say if we don't see anything, can we be in that first square to smash more?
Yeah, you can go ahead and move up to the next square and reach out to begin to smash some eggs. The webbing off to the east seems to move and click a little bit since you're trying to be perceptive of what's going on, but it's an odd sensation that it seems to click. And it doesn't really seem to move in the way that you would expect webbing to move, because like I said, from your perspective now even close to it, it looks more like crystallized gooey green spider web substance that's very strange. And it just makes a very strange noise as it shakes and shimmers more than kind of moving as you move into the space and step into kind of the cloud of humidic steam that's coming off of the tub ahead of you, thinking that the wafting air might move the webs around, but it just kind of clicks and moves around. Very strange sensation. And as you reach out, and both of you, Theros, I'm assuming, taking his Graxel and Gror taking the butt of his battle axe and just starting sweeping through and start smashing eggs where this foul, nasty goo starts to come out of it. An egg ahead of you, a fairly large egg, begins to crack and split, and immediately coming out of it are a number of baby-sized spider creatures similar to the ones that you fought down the hall previously, and they descend upon you. Everybody roll initiative, please. Make sure you select your token when you do.
Quimbar is going to yell for Sodama, say, Sodama, get up here with us. You are in for the hall. Do not try to go back by yourself. Those spiders may be behind us.
Right. That is quite the roll, Fliegen. That's a...
Fliegen!
There we go, folks. We got
Wowzer.
a natural 20 right off the bat.
Yay, my
Where's the
ace of
fumbles?
20.
Quimbar forgot to click his token.
All right, what did Kimber get? He got a 13. All right. Gror, Kimber, what's your dexterities?
I have a 14.
Let's see,
more than
12.
12. Okay. All right, there we go. There's an initiative already. So, Fliegen, these little baby, nasty-looking spiders descend upon Theros, and they're going to start swarming. What do you do?
About how big are they?
Maybe about the size of a big softball.
Look pretty small, yeah.
Grapefruit. Bigger than your average spider.
Thank goodness.
All right, well, good. Small target practice. I will move forward and try to throw one.
Okay, which one?
Say this one right here.
You're going to throw a knife at one, or you're going to try and pick one up and throw it?
No, actually, I'll throw a knife at this one in the back.
Okay. All right,
Because
give me
he
a
should
roll.
throw it at her knife.
It's all about the knives, guys. It's all about the knives.
And I can see a bear's eye on this one. Roll another natural.
All right.
That's a pretty good hit.
That's a pretty
That is
good
a good
hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please. All right, your knife sticks in it, and just this nasty green thud, spew of ooze comes out of it, and a thud as it dies.
It popped.
Now I got to clean the knife.
Anything else, Fliegen?
Oh, that's it.
There is nothing on us that doesn't need to be cleaned currently, Fliegen.
So not another knife with your offhand?
No.
All right. Then it is Theros.
I will go ahead and smash this
Beware
one.
of the webs and their toxins.
Okay, Theros, give me a swing. Okay. You obliterate that one. You're not even sure if there's any legs left after you kill that one. All right, Kenna.
All right, looks like I am going to target one with my short bow as soon as I move over here where I can see them.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm gonna shoot this one right here.
Okay. Right over the top of the shorties.
Yep.
Good choice. The big mound of Theros in the way might have made it a little more difficult.
Yeah, it would have been probably cover for them.
Hmm.
Ooh, yeah, missed anyway.
Yeah, you tried to get over the head of Fliegen, and you got distracted by the masterful shot of Fliegen throwing a dagger, and your bow went wide. Gror,
He missed Fliegen
an
too.
arrow went right over your head.
That's where they all belong, over my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that went over my head too. Go.
Not in my head.
Hey,
I will smash the spider just to the north of me. I have my shield out from before this too, so my armor class is 19.
Okay.
I'm supposed to remind you on that, I think.
Thank you. All right.
Nicely done.
You smashed one of them for how much damage?
I feel kind of inadequate.
Yeah, it's dead. All right.
One arm that time, brother!
Yeah. That battle axe is wicked. All right, Kimber.
So Dama, I said get up here. You're way too far back.
It's my head. Okay, I'll move up a little. I don't feel good. That smell. He's really woozy. He took a big hit in the head.
I think Quimber is going to have to go back and kind of help pull him forward to keep him with the group. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll move back 5 feet, kind of grab him. I'm not going to be aggressive or anything. Just kind of sort of lead him forward, maybe another 5 feet.
Okay.
So basically
All
back
right.
to where I'm at, but bring him up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, got it. All right then. The 4 spiders that are left descend upon Theros and start crawling up on him. So, first one bites him. 14 does not hit. Second one bites him. 7 does not hit. Third one bites him. He's sitting there flailing around with his shield, and the one kind of gets through the shield and gets up and bites him. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw, please. You take 1 piercing damage and 1 poison damage, and you succeed, so you are not poisoned. And then the last one tries to bite you, and does not. So you're able to kind of dance around and avoid most of them except for the one.
Theros dancing is my shtick.
Oh, I forgot to mention too that as it descended upon Theros, as they were breaking out of their shell and they started to crawl up on him and try and bite him, they started screeching, letting out this unholy screech that you would not expect a spider to make. It's kind of piercing to the ears, and it makes your skin crawl. Fleegan, you're up.
Uh-oh.
Double uh-oh. I will throw more daggers. And I will pick this one right here.
Okay.
As soon as I find Fleegan. Okay.
All right. That is a miss right there.
I will use my offhand then.
Try not to run out of daggers. All right, that one hits. For how much damage?
Sometimes he's better with his offhand.
Okay. That hit one of them and it doesn't go down, and then the sneak attack takes it down with max damage and it's dead.
But we didn't know is he's not left-handed.
If you don't have inspiration already, please have inspiration.
There you have it.
For that Gror. That was perfect. All right, Theros, you're up.
I will attempt to smash these things in a way that does not harm myself with Graxel.
Okay.
Either taking the axe, the axe side and trying to smash them if they're on me.
Yeah.
If not, then I'm just going to try to smash the things.
Understood. Go ahead. Knock one off and squish it. And you actually do. You scrape yourself a little bit for no damage, but you do knock one off and smash it to the ground as you not only scrape yourself, but kind of smash your toe a little bit. So it smarts some. but you smash it. So it
I
looks like
know
there's two.
about toes.
Yeah. There's 2 left, and they are crawling on Theros, so you need to be careful if you're going to be swinging at it, Kenna.
Okay, actually, I am going to... I know that these things are not very susceptible to necrotic, but the only thing I've got that I'm probably better with than my bow is the chill touch. So I'm going to go ahead and cast chill touch on one of them.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Yeah, that hits and manages not to hit Theros at the same time. For how much damage?
Oh, yay.
It screeches even louder as you... But it looks like it affected it.
Good to know.
All right. Gror.
Avoid actually hitting Theros with my axe. I'm going to smash one with my shield into him.
Okay.
Flat of the blade.
Do it all the time. Just, playing around.
We do this all the time.
I'm going to say you're proficient with smashing with your shield, so go ahead and just make a straight up attack roll, as you would with your battle axe, but it'd probably be an unarmed... Well, you know what? It'd probably be an unarmed strike. Go ahead and roll a d20 and tell me what's your strength modifier.
Where's the...
Actually,
modifier?
just click on your strength. Just click on you know what? Click on your athletics. Just give me an athletics check.
Okay.
We'll do that.
As soon as I find that, we'll be right there. There it
Do
is.
you have proficiency in athletics?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, you try and hit...
I use my
with your-
inspiration with advantage,
Okay.
Is that possible?
Go ahead. Yeah. Well, you use your inspiration. You can take that crit. So what happens is you take that shield, and you're going to try and hit the one. And in fact, what happens is you hit both of them right off. You scrape both of them right off of him, and they go flying across the room. Go ahead and roll damage.
What die?
D4.
Plus
Twice.
strength.
D4 plus strength.
And I got a 17, so I think that's +1, but I don't know if that's +2.
Yeah. So D4 2. Roll it again. Because
That'd be a
of the
plus
crit.
3 for 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be 5.
Okay, so 6 plus 3 is 9. Yes, you managed to throw both of them across the room into the wall. Actually, we'll say one of them goes plop into the water, steams it alive, and it dies, and the other smashes against the wall, and you smash it dead. All right, you've taken care of all of them. Kember, was there anything you're going to do as you see them all die? It's your turn.
I will rush forward and make sure that all my brothers and my sister are doing okay, and let them know that no throwing Fleekin because he's not doing well right now.
Okay, move yourself to where you're going to move.
Hey, man, brother.
Go ahead and move yourself to where you're going to be. All right, right there. All right. So as it comes around to their initiative, and they all die at this point, what happens is out of the chamber to the east, you hear the web start to kind of crack and crackle as something begins to make it, something gooey, something large this way comes. And you see this coming through the tunnel.
Oh my.
So
Nice, it loaded up faster.
we're gonna use the same initiative here.
Ooh, I need to repaint my spiders. That's nasty looking.
here it comes. All right. And Mama comes to the party, and she takes a look at you all and gets up in Gror's face and just screeches with a deep burling as green, gooey, webby ooze starts to drip from her maw, and the multiple green eyes begin to appear in front of you, glowing with menace.
Can Gror either faint, die, or scream back with his intimidation skill?
he can on his initiative if he wants to. Fleegan, you see this horrific image. What are you gonna do?
Is it bigger than the other spider that tried to eat me?
It's much bigger than the other spider that tried to eat you, yes. And it's much uglier too.
Oh boy.
It's a mama one of these things. And it looks like it's gonna bite hard.
Yeah, I've been bitten once already, thank you. I don't need it again. I'm assuming I'm adjacent. Is that correct?
You are close enough. Well, yeah, close enough.
Or can I move to here by basically... never mind. I will attack with both my daggers.
Okay. Stabby stab.
Stabby stabby.
Stabby
There's my
McStabberson.
on-hand.
Ooh.
See?
And
See?
I'm
I knew a
my
fumble was
inspiration.
coming.
Ouch!
Okay, so you're going to use your inspiration to take the second roll?
Yes, please.
All right, your inspiration gives you the second roll, and you hit. Roll damage, please. Okay.
Good
that
work.
Is 10 piercing plus sneak attack.
Nice.
So you managed to stab her with your first dagger for 15 points of piercing damage.
Yay.
And then your offhand bounces off of the strong hide that she apparently has on one of her 8 legs. Theros.
All right, I'll step up
Time for Theros to shine.
and see about doing smashy. Boom.
All right.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 20!
That is a natural 20. That's a crit. I want you to go ahead and roll on the
Crit chart.
critical attack table. All right. You strike with a debilitating force. You'll actually roll an additional set of damage die above the critical roll. So you are not only going to roll your normal damage crit, but you're going to roll another damage roll above that.
So my first one is 11, so I'll roll another d12.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So that's 23.
Bravo!
So that 11, did that take into account the critical? I can't tell
No,
because-
it's just the
Okay.
it was a roll of a 7 plus 4 for strength.
Okay. So there is a 23 plus another roll.
Another D12.
Plus another 8. So that is a 31.
31.
So you take this beautiful axe, of which we're going to talk about here in a short amount of time. You take this axe and you bury it right into the maw of which she was screeching at Gror. You're like, I don't know, you tell me what you said when you swung this thing because you meant business.
Didn't say anything, just roared.
Theros steps up there and just lets out a bestial roar and just buries this beautiful handmade great axe into the maw of this ugly beast. And
Only I get to yell at my
you
brother.
you see just just swabs of gooey ooze just go flying across the room as you cut a big old gash across its face, and it reels back, just screeching and screaming as it's throwing its head back and forth, and that ooze is flying around. Make an acrobatics check, please, Theros. You are on your game. You see that, and you're not even raging. Like there's just something inside of you that sees it going, and you're just dancing out of the way as this goo is going everywhere. All right, and she is pissed. So what she is going to do is she is actually going to,
And I'm scared.
So she gets to go after Theros?
she's going to take a legendary action.
Ah, got it. Yeah.
So
Oof.
She's gonna reel back up in you, and she's gonna try and web you. She's gonna throw a necrotic web into your face with a crit.
Ouch.
One deserves another, I suppose.
I thought the equinox was over. My gosh.
Jeez.
All right, so she sprays you head to toe after you dance out of the way of the webbing. She turns around, she sprays you head to toe with webbing. You are restrained at this point, which means you can't move. You can still attack, though. You take 2 necrotic damage. I need you to make a strength. Or no. You need to make a... Nope, she just sprayed you. Okay. Yep, you take 2 necrotic damage. And you are restrained.
That's very degrading, brother.
Yeah. Be glad that she didn't bite you with a legendary action instead. All right. Kenna, you're up.
Okay. Using my dancing and acrobatics, I'm going to leap up onto the tub on the edges and shoot her.
Give me an acrobatics check. Those
Sure.
edges are kind of skinny and wet from humidity. Yeah, you get up there fine. Okay. All right, and you do a Lego move, dance over and jump up on the thing and very nimbly straddle both edges of it as you shoot a bow at her and hit her for how much damage?
6 piercing.
Piercing.
And Fleeking gives you a nice golf clap.
All right. Gror.
Slight bow.
Sexy Legos.
Gore's gonna charge up to it one step closer, if I can enter that other square. Stomping on more egg sacs.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
And just slam it as hard as I can with, my axe, I guess, covering myself with my shield.
Okay. Take a swing.
And attack from your equipment list.
There it is. All right. You hit her good with your battle axe. For how much damage?
Nice.
Good.
Okay. She's looking pretty bad, Kimber. She's kind of swaying around. It looks like she ain't gonna last much longer.
Kimber charges forward almost blindly to where Horror was and swings at a leg, going.
Okay. You take a swing with your mace there. Oh, yes. You guys are having none of this.
Nice.
These big nasty spider things are going down. So you take a big old swing and you just break it right across the side of her head, and her glowing green eyes go dark as she flumps to the ground dead.
Woohoo!
Wow, I think my eyes were closed when I swung too.
Usually
Well
when
done.
you're most accurate.
So I find it quite interesting that there's a little bit of an aside that the the standard children of this mama here did pretty good work to you guys, and then you just massacre mama. Part of that is in homage to the fact that Theros was showing his mettle and just absolutely destroyed her.
Yeah.
So, all right, well done. Well, she goes to the ground dead, and I ask you guys at this point, what do you want to do?
I would like to tip over the water basin. What is it made of?
It's made of iron. Yeah, it's.
I don't know if we want to tip it over because we don't even know what
It's
it is.
basically nothing more than a large dented iron bathtub.
Yeah, can we stop him, or at least can I step out of the area? Because I don't know when they're gonna let me take a bath back at home. You know, I might be dirty for a while.
Let's destroy all the egg sacs first, too.
Yeah.
And
Destroy the egg sacs, then turn the water over.
Yeah, let's
I
just
need
put
to
the
get
fire out.
unstuck.
Okay.
I'll just use my
Okay.
water skin to put the fire out.
Okay. All right. So you guys are stomping on egg sacs, and you're able to smash the rest of them. They smell horrible. The gooey ooze smells horrible, but no more spiders go breaking out of any of them at this point.
We will definitely need a bath.
I say we stop at the stream or something on the way back.
I need everybody. Who's all smashing? Everybody, or all smashing?
Yeah,
Not Fleegan. He's too small to smash.
Okay,
he's
all right.
standing back there.
Well, be honest then. Whoever is smashing needs to make a acrobatics saving throw, please, or a dexterity saving throw. Not an acrobatics. I'm sorry, just a dexterity.
Okay.
We get advantage if we have acrobatics?
No.
I'm actually
There.
gonna be.
Rerolled.
I'm gonna collect our woozy companion back here, so I'll be moving away. Actually,
I told you I needed advantage.
All right. So as you're smashing eggs, some of the gooey ooze that the eggs were actually sitting in and coming out of them kind of gets into your shoe and onto your shoe, and it starts to burn. And so Kenna and Gror, you both take 3 points of acid damage.
Not poison, but acid.
ouch.
Yeah, acid. Yep.
Yep, I have no protection versus that.
Owie, owie.
Okay. All right, and then after you guys have
I
smashed,
jump in the
everything-
tub.
Do you jump in the tub?
Oh,
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna knock the tub over. You're coals, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my water skin and douse the coals so that
Okay.
it's not.
So you go
Let's
to
get
jump
everyone
in-
out of the room first.
Okay. Everybody who wants to get out of the room, get yourself out.
I'll move quite a bit farther down.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Do you want me to do it? I will do it.
I'm just worried about Sadama. He's kind of back
I
here.
just thought of something too. Did we get Theros out of the webbing?
I got myself out. Yeah. Do you want me to roll
Yeah.
for it, Casey?
No.
I just didn't know if we had to. I suddenly was like,
Yeah,
wait.
we can help him as long as we're not in combat. We can help him.
Yeah, you help him break it out. You help him break out of it. That's
Does
fine.
anybody have a nose? Can we smell what's in the barrel first? Because I'm not like this is going.
Not tipping it over. I'm just dousing the flame.
Okay. So Gror, you're gonna stay there.
I was gonna help if need be, but I'll move instead.
I think getting most of us out of, quite a ways out of the way is best.
I'm gonna move to there and then just douse the flames and if
Okay.
necessary flee.
All right. So you go to dump your water flask into the coals and
Yep.
douse the coals, and it hits it, and immediately the water just kind of evaporates into steam, and you are arcanic in nature anyway because of your ability to use magic. You immediately realize that this must be a magical coal burning fire. So the water doesn't seem to affect it.
Water's not going to affect it, guys. It's still going. It's magic.
Can tip over the water basin, can't we?
Yeah, we could do that. I'll need some help with it. It's heavy.
Well, Gror, do you want me to do it, or do you wish to do it? Kenna?
I was
Can
gonna
Gror
help
or
if
myself?
you're gonna do it either way.
Can one of us do it? The rest of us get out of the way. Is it light enough that one of us, either Gror or myself, can tip it over?
You won't know until you try. It looks
Maybe we
like
better
it's probably
try
pretty
two.
heavy because it's a big iron tub full of water.
Let's just
is
both do it so that
about 8 feet
there's-
long and about.
Well, let's get to either
4 feet
side.
wide.
Let's get to either side and then tip it this way.
Looks like a big watering trough full of water, and those are heavy. Trust me, and it's iron.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Your strengths, both of your strengths, what are they?
17.
My strength is 19.
Okay, both of you give me a strength or an athletics. Give me an athletics check with advantage, both of you.
And
Yes, it's pretty darn heavy, but you guys are strong enough, and together the two of you beastly just push with all of your might and push your backs up against the wall and get that thing to where you push it over, and the water comes out, and it's hot and steamy, and it makes the room just feel like a sauna that you've never been in before, or not a sauna, a steam room like you've never been in before. Doesn't burn you by any means, but it goes across the floor and just kind of makes that sticky, ooey nastiness kind of slither and pool up and go around the hall and stuff, and it just makes a big, fat, smelly, gooey mess.
The coals that are under it, do they go out at that point, or are they still burning?
They're still burning.
Is there any way, using my knowledge of Arcana, that I would be able to collect those safely?
Give me an Arcana check, please.
You bet. Nope.
Yeah, you look at them and you are not sure whether or not if you were to pick one up that you could potentially know how to do it without it burning you, or do something Arcana-wise to be able to douse them.
Got
you're
it.
Not knowledgeable enough about the magic used to be able to. So, at this point, friends, what would you like to do? You kind of have a big, smelly, gooey mess all over the floor, but nothing's attacking.
Well, we can go back down this hallway down here. I believe it opens up to the north, if I saw correctly, while I was standing over here.
I think we should check the
that
room though too before we leave, like the webbing and the ceiling and stuff, and see if we find anybody other bodies in it.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check, please.
I agree with both of you on that,
All right.
so I'll help
We'll
out.
give Goro the perception check with advantage, just because he's the one who mentioned it. And,
Got it.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, even with the advantage, it doesn't look like you see anything that would be of interest to you.
Still wasn't a fumble. Well,
Shall we head back down the hallway?
Again, going on.
what about the
Check it out,
passage behind the queen too?
There's a passage down this hallway that leads up into that room, I believe.
Do you think Father would want us to collect a trophy here? Perhaps poison from the Mother Queen herself?
I'll leave it to you to do so.
That's not what I meant.
Do you think?
Okay.
Not my kind of party.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm not sure he would want anything that smells that bad.
Well, I guess we'll check the Mother Queen's hallway after this one.
Do you want us to go first? Gror, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
And take both passageways, or I'll come out of the room and back. That's fine.
Yeah, I think we should stay together. So.
We should stay together, but do we want Kenna to go first?
No. Last time she fell down in a pit.
That's true. I can't deny that.
Gror, you want to go first?
Sure.
Or I'll go first. I'll move.
We can go 2 by 2 in here. I think maybe, right?
Yeah, it's... Yeah, can we go down 2 by 2?
That'd be tight.
If you want, I could throw my stone down the hallway and see if anything responds to it.
Not a bad option.
Sounds more fun, even, Kimber.
All
But
right.
landed in the intersection.
So you're just going to throw a stone down there?
You get it right here.
Yeah, I'll move and then I'll throw a stone. Yeah. Where my brothers say to, hopefully it lands there.
Okay. All right. Was that a your light stone or just a
Yeah,
stone?
my light stone. I'm putting myself in
Light stone.
darkness to see what's ahead.
All right. Give me just a second here. I need to find.
Did you prepare a light rock, Casey?
I did not pre-prepare a light rock, but that's what I need to have. So I am going to drop a light rock here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, I need a light source. Give me just a second, guys. But I know how to do this, so I will do
Yep.
it.
Right on.
All right.
Cool.
Did that throw a light right there?
Yep.
Except for
Looks
it
good.
didn't really go north at all.
Yeah, that's because there's a wall blocking it. We still can't see through the wall.
Yep, can't see through the
Right.
wall. So I'm going to see what you guys see here real quick. Yep, you can't see through the wall.
Let's move forward.
What is
Casey,
it?
can we go down 2 by 2? It's a little bit wider than 5 feet.
Yeah. You could squeeze down 2 by 2. That's fine.
All right, let's go down marching together. Grar.
Where's our groggy companion in the back? Is he following, or do I have to go fetch him?
He'll follow along with you there. All right.
I think we should throw Fleegan in. I mean, send Fleegan in first.
All right. Yeah. Since the light of your rock is down there, kind of lighten things up. You definitely see that the hallway to your east comes to an end, and there seems to be a door down there on the end with something on the front of the door, but it's kind of hard to make out from this point. And then the room to the north of you is a room full of webs. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you here. This is what you see to the north of you. The room itself is quite dark and entirely filled with a huge mass of sticky green webs. The webs are thick and hard, and as we discussed before, almost crystalline. And a tunnel in the webs leads deeper into the room, and that same grotesque smell permeates the area, making your stomachs turn. So what do you guys want to do?
Looks like there's something written down there.
Yeah.
Shall we step in? It looks like we already killed the mother.
I think we should.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I think we can step in.
Okay. So as you're going down, and there's kind of this tunnel of webbing with all this webbing around you, and it's that crystalline type of webbing. And as you move down the tunnel, again, the same odd feeling as you're moving down the tunnel. Gror, I don't think you can move to that side. I think you would need to either be, and Kenna, I think you would need to either be in front of or behind Theros, enough to go about 2 by 2 at this point into the room from that, because the tunnel kind of moves in.
Could you draw the tunnel with the free draw?
Sure. Okay, kind of does that.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. As you're moving into and through the tunnel, it kind of shakes and kind of makes there's these clicking sounds and shimmering sounds as you're moving into the tunnel.
I'm going to attempt to take and just gently with Graxel try to cut one of the strands.
Okay. Gently you try and cut a strand, and it seems to be a lot more resilient than you would expect it to be if you're gently trying to cut it. And it doesn't break.
Does it sound like more like gelatinous than liquidy, kind of like mom's Jello?
No, it sounds it's not jello-y. It's kind of a hard clicking,
kind of like two sticks, sticks hitting together.
That's a good description.
But it's not gooey, and it doesn't try to stick to us, right? As we step down,
it does not try to stick to you as you move down the hallway. And clicking, I would almost say even, two sticks getting either clicked together or even scratched together. You hear scratching too, and they move. You know, the webbing kind of moves as you move through it.
Yeah,
Well, look at
that's not
Daryl
weird at all.
Kind of gesture like we should move towards that intersection of the tunnels. Anything occur in those 5 feet?
No, nothing happens other than just that same strange. The webbing is moving in weird. Yeah. Okay.
Keep pivoting around. I assume the two tunnels match, and we can see the body of the queen.
Yes, you can see on down into the other room at that point, farther down there. Yep. Okay. So you guys get towards the end there. The tunnel.
Spider's still dead, by the way.
The queen spider is still dead. Yes.
I'll tell everybody. Well, the bitch still be dead.
I'll pick up my stone and call for that guy down the hallway to catch up. Catch up before you end up in the dark.
Yes, I need to stay with you. Sorry, I want to just go somewhere and sleep. I don't feel right. So as you move tough strands, it opens up at this point, revealing a rather large chamber. So after the tunnel kind of opens up, it shows the rest of the chamber. And it's just fully encased in the yellowish green webs, except for a small portion along the northern wall. Upon that portion of the wall is a protruding square of stone that is about 8 feet high. A polygon-shaped device with a 5-pointed star is set into the center of the stone. At each point of the star is a circular depression. Hanging from pegs on the side of the stone are 5 circular devices. Each has an engraving on it, and on the floor, barely protruding above the webs, is a half-rounded dais that juts out from the base of the rune-covered stone facing. A large nest of webbing, fur, and cloth sits in the north near the strange edifice that you see.
See, can you describe the pentagram again? Is it point side up, point side down?
It's in the picture, and the what we got from the skulls tells us how to put everything together.
So that's what you see upon the wall. I was going to try and pull it up, and I was having trouble finding it, but there it is. So as I was describing it, that's what you see. And actually, the description is in the notes there. So, and if you want, what do you want to do at this point?
Well, I pulled up the thing in our journal with the listing. It says 5 points set on a wall of stone, a secret there to learn. Listen well of what we speak, the answer to discern. The highest place is day's dark night, her greatness over all.
Tells us where to put the pennants. They're along the right-hand side.
Yep. We have to put them in the right order. Of course, it also says, but one mistake may you now make, a second will bring horrors fall. Choose poorly, and your death shall be. Choose well to hear the master's call.
Not sure what Horrid's Fall is going to be, but obviously it's something bad. But
Yeah, I have a feeling
don't-
that a pit will open up underneath, and we should probably tie a rope around whoever's putting the
yeah,
putting
Let
the
me give you a
devices.
little more detail. Let me give you a little bit more about what you see. There are 5 circular depressions at each point of the star that have been carved into the face of the slab. Hanging from pegs on the right side of the stone are 5 circular brass tokens that appear the same size as the circular depressions. These are symbols engraved into the face of each. There are symbols engraved into each face of the tokens. Words are written on the top of the square device, which you just read, and the tokens themselves. What's carved into them are the shapes of, one of them is an eclipse, one of them is a skull, one is a river, one is a potion bottle, and one is a whip.
So, highest place is day's dark night. I'm assuming that is going to be the black moon on purple circle that we saw. So the eclipse.
What was it? We were told
Yeah.
something about left and right and
Yeah,
after.
I've got it here.
Oh, good.
But the symbols don't match what was above the skulls. We have to, are there multiple symbols for these deities that we can match up?
Well, they should
Because-
match. What did they look
No,
like?
they don't match because there's a whip. There's no whip in the other one. There's a skull, but there's no skull on the other one. The other one had 2 rivers, which appears to be the middle one here. If you take a look, the wall of the skulls is different than what are the hanging here. So you have to translate those.
Yep.
I mean, I think the waves could be the river, which was the middle one.
Yeah.
Perhaps they're hanging in same order as well, because the sun is the one with the moon, skull for the undead eye,
Mm-hmm.
the rivers for the river,
Yep.
and it looks like alcohol for the passion, and then a whip for the undead. I don't know.
Well, we get one mistake.
Is there anyone that does anyone recognize these symbols?
if they were in the proper order right now, in the skull room, the one on the left would be the top. Which one do we think
so.
is the left or the right part of the star? Top?
I think
Well,
the top
it's
is
the
the
top
left.
is the top.
But the
Right.
moon. But which one do we think is either left or right top?
To the east is living death, so undeath. That's going to be the one on the right.
Okay, so we think that's the eye, so it'd be circling clockwise then. So it'd go like moon, eye, rivers.
Hold
Well,
on. No, it says
goes-
each of them in the description has a different location. Below and left, the Sade's Delight. Her passion burns within. I'm assuming that's probably going to be the whip. So that's the bottom
Yeah.
left.
Yeah,
I
that would be
think-
the bottom left. No.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Hold on, I'm getting some paper.
If you guys
Does
want to draw on the map, you're welcome to.
good idea. That's a good.
Well, and
strategy.
it said the Sades or the Sods. You know,
The
like
Sades,
Sades.
S-A-D-S. The Sade's Delight.
they're the same thing. Okay.
Her passion
I'm pretty
burns
sure that was
within.
it. I
Her
think the
sister
whip
to the right of her. So there were 2 that were sisters. 2 of the
Okay.
gods were sisters.
was that the Fang one? Or was the Fang one the whip?
She bruised the deadly sin.
I don't think
The
that's
one
that
for
would do it.
passion. That was the
And then the
lips
top
on the one.
left.
The
The
river.
top left is going to be the river.
Yeah, so it goes like top, then to the right, back to the left, and then
What?
Well, we don't have to put them in.
down, right back
in
to the left again.
Yeah, we don't have to put them in order. We just have to put them in correctly, from what it says. So moon, top, river to the left. I think it's whip on the bottom right. Then to the east, it says I've lost my place. Hold on. To the east is living death, so that's undead. Which token was that?
In the other room, we
good
thought it
to
was
know.
the eye, I think.
Yeah, but what is the token symbol
The highest
here?
place is day's dark night, her greatness over all. To the east
What else,
is
man?
living death.
I think the
East is
tokens
dark
go
lord's hall.
basically.
I think with the
Below
skull.
and left
One is gonna
saddles
be
the light.
the
Her
far
passion
left,
burn within.
and then as you go
Her sister
down,
The
you
skull.
go right.
The skull.
She bruised the
Or
dead
that
within.
thing on top
West,
that I don't
the
really
dark
know
flow
how
runs. The blackest
much
spell
bigger I
is
can.
cast.
And then the other
If
one
due
is
to
the
them their
Fang,
rightful place, or this could be your
which
last.
I don't know what that symbol was. The description doesn't tell us there's the other picture that I wasn't looking at. There we go.
Yeah, that's what I went and got, I think.
A whip and a potion bottle. Something said about a brew. Hold on.
That's the fourth one down. That's like a bottle.
Yeah, she brews a deadly sin. Her sister to the right of her. Yeah, so that is the potion bottle.
It's like
So
whip on
that's
the
the
left
bottle.
bottom, bottle to its right, and
Yep.
then up above.
Skull to the upper
Yeah.
right, river to the upper left, and moon at the top.
On the
Tie a
map.
rope around me.
Okay, on the map, I've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on circles. So you may
Okay.
want to illustrate that. Draw on the map so that Casey can see what we're thinking.
Okay, hold on.
It also might not be a hole. It might be the ceiling falling.
That's
'Cause remember, we're
true.
down underground, so I don't know that.
That's very
Put
true.
the stone here and see if there's anything that I can see looks like a trigger inside of those holes, maybe too. I doubt that, like, I'm, that skilled with it, but Casey, can I make a stone cunning roll?
You can go ahead and make a history check. What are you trying to discern?
Guess if there's any moving parts inside of it, and if it seems like there's any clues that it'd be
Text.
triggering the floor or triggering the ceiling. Something, cracks, shapes.
Yep. Go ahead and make a history check.
Speak that way.
Yeah. It doesn't look like to you that there's the ceiling coming down on you.
Does it look like the floor is going to open? Does it look like neither?
Looks like
So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I can discern from what the skulls told us.
Are we supposed to be looking at this? I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I see how you wrote it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I follow what you're saying. So, you guys tell me what you want to do.
So tie a rope around my waist. I will put them in. If the floor opens up beneath me, don't let me fall.
Sounds like an excellent plan. Worked so well last time.
Well, last time there was purple fog on the ground, and I fell in.
Right. Covering the ceiling over there too, Casey? Like the webs are even up there?
Yeah, they're all over the place, so that's fine. Hang on
I help.
just a second.
Hold the rope.
So is the dais up here? Oh, sorry.
Like by the moon.
Deus is right
Up here? Oh, right
Deus
there.
here,
Okay.
yeah, which is fine.
Right there. Got it.
So you're gonna go. I'll go ahead and move your token. So you're gonna go about right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's all get out of the room. The rest of us.
Well, some of you need to hold the rope so I don't fall in the hole.
Well, it's a 50-foot
Can
rope,
do 2
right?
ropes.
Okay. All right then.
All right. Okay. So Kenna goes up there. Kenna, describe to me how you are feeling as you're taking these tokens and placing them in the holes.
Scared. Curious.
Okay. So
we paid a gold for the information, and it said that it was a treasure. So I'm excited and yet nervous.
Okay. Your hands are trembling as you grab the tokens off of the ring, and you place the skull, or I'm sorry, you place the moon. I'm sorry. You place
Yeah, and
the
I'm
moon.
going to place them in the, just in case, I'm going to place them in the order the poem said. So moon first, then skull, then the whip, then the bottle, then the river.
Okay. All right. So your hands are trembling as you place the moon into place, and you're expecting something to happen, something magical or something strange to happen as you press the first one into place, and nothing happens. And so, getting a little bit more bold, nothing came out to bite you after you pressed the first one in. Floor didn't open underneath you. You grab the next one, and you're feeling a little bit more bold. But the hair on the back of your neck stands up as you grab the skull, because the feel of that token feels somewhat nefarious, being the skull. And you put it into place, and again, you're heartened at the fact that nothing happens as you put that one into place. And then you place the next one,
the whip,
you said, into place, and you put it in there, and again, nothing happens. And so you're like, well, I'm 3/5 of the way there. You know, I don't want to die. And you confidently place the fourth one into place, the bottle. And you kind of close your eyes for a second. This is it, and nothing happens at that point. And then you take the fifth one, and your heart skips a beat. And you look in front of you, and you hesitate for a second. And you look around at your companions. And what do your companions say when you look at them?
He gives her 2 thumbs up.
Don't die.
You got this.
Right.
You got this. We got your back.
You take the encouragement to them, and you finger your thumb on the bottom and your middle finger on top, and you just slide that fifth one, the river, right into place. And you hear a whoosh, just a real strange whooshing sound. And as you place the last token into its circle, a shadowy form appears before you. The apparition's face is covered in a cowl, but it seems to regard your group even with the cowl over its face. And then you hear a dark voice.
I'm not the only one seeing it, right?
They're all seeing this.
Okay, just making sure.
Good question. Then you hear a dark voice speak from beneath the black hood. Well done, apprentice. You have passed the first test. You may now take your key from initiation into beyond. Once you have crossed the portal, another trial awaits. This one more difficult than the one you have just completed. Continue on your path. The glory of the necromancer shall be yours.
Okay.
And the shadowy figure dissipates into nothingness at that point.
I'm not sure we want the treasure that's can be found.
Yeah.
here.
So what do you guys do?
I'm
Why
gonna.
do necromancers need spiders?
This is not what they described in that note at all.
No, and in fact, I'm gonna see if there's any kind of secret door in front of me or anything that might.
Okay, give me a perception check, please.
You bet. Yeah, not bad. 18.
Okay, you're looking around the wall for a secret door, and you're right up close to where the nest was for Queen Mommy there. And as you're digging around looking for a door, you actually dig around and move some of the webbing out of the way, and actually notice some shiny things up underneath the webbing in your nest. You do not find a secret door, but you
Okay.
did find some treasure within the nest.
Excellent, guys. There's some loot up here.
Okay.
Gather it up and let's go.
Yeah, there's actually 2 sacks of gold coins.
That's what we were looking for.
Hello.
So you find 30 gold coins in one sack and 27 gold coins in the other sack. That's a lot of money.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Trey, mark that down.
You also find a very nice Seric iron wakizashi. And you find a
Holy.
small box made of white wood, inside of which is a silver necklace that has a jade pendant on it. And you find a leather pouch that has 3 electrum pieces, 3 leks, and 75 copper pieces.
Wow.
What does the jade pendant look like?
It is just a nice polished piece of jade. Probably maybe about a coin size, small coin size. Well polished, pretty beautiful. The value of the silver necklace and the jade pendant would be pretty significant. About 9 golds would be the value of it.
So that the Seric iron wakizashi, that looks
That's a
like
short
it's
sword.
basically a short sword. Yeah.
That's a short sword, yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be selfish. I've already got a Seric iron short sword. If anybody would care to take this as...
We could take it back and give it to the clan too.
That's true. Someone else in the Hanataz
It's a little
in the
too
Blue
big
Veil
for me,
may
I think.
want it.
What was that, Fleegan?
It's a little too big for me, I think.
You guys hear him okay?
No,
Yes.
I think the
Yeah.
spider bites have killed his voice for me.
Okay. He says it may be a little too big, but
For him, yeah.
okay. All right. So
Well, we will
you guys-
definitely take it back and decide what to do with it from there.
All right. What do you guys want to do now?
Get the key.
Okay. The interesting reference to the key, they were saying, here's a key, but what he said is that to take the key that you've been given and use it to go through the door at the end of the hall.
Right.
Well, you have no idea what he means by key because there was no key presented to you.
We may have to pick that lock.
It also said apprentice and was facing and only really speaking with Kenna. Right. The shadow.
No, the necromancer was seems to be referencing all of you.
Okay. Oh.
Hmm.
I guess we could go look at that door before we leave. I don't know that we should go through the door. I think we should go back and report what we've found so far.
If we can open the door... Oh... I don't know.
I think it's a lot wiser to describe what we've seen. There's many with more wisdom than we have there that may come back with us or tell us what it means, at least.
Yeah, that's not a bad option.
Or we keep going and go through the door.
I agree.
More
Kismet
money.
has brought us much luck. Perhaps we should not push it.
Yeah, so we need to get this gentleman back so the healers can look at him. He doesn't seem to be doing well. Oh, and the door looks all fancy and schmancy.
I would like somebody to help me with the other body that we found and take the dwarf up to be buried. Not in this foul place of infestation.
I will help you.
And I don't think I'm going to pick that lock. There's nothing to pick.
I agree. Our resources
We
are
should-
getting low. We need to rest.
We should go back and talk to your father.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
I don't think there's a choice at this point, either way.
All right, so
I mean,
you
unless we
guys-
wanted to see something else.
You guys are deciding to go ahead and head your way back to the carnival and report what you found to.
To the
Alright.
Bravda. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and.
Probably split up the coins a little bit too, so nobody has to carry it all in one place. Or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Run.
Okay. Just a moment here, folks. I'll get you back where you need to be.
And as we head back, I'm going to tell you guys about the little pouch I found with the 5 pipes in it.
5 pipes?
Yep.
What was that?
That was in
I found
session
it.
1.
Yeah, I found it back at the Carnivale.
Sounds like our victory's smoke for after.
I think maybe tonight, but not before.
Indeed!
That's who we're missing.
Smokes for all!
Do these look familiar to anyone?
I'll show them the pipes.
The 5 pipes have any similar symbols on them?
Well, they've got some kind of tobacco or dried herb in them. I don't know what it is.
They're not Haga. We're slayers.
All right, friends. I have moved back to Carnival, and we need to change the music. We're back at Carnival. So about
See, before we go on the other dwarf, I don't think we probably are carrying him all the way back, right?
you help him back. You're talking about
No, he's
Sodoma.
talking about the body of the dwarf that we found. He
Oh, the
wants
body of the dwarf? No, it's just a dead body. It was a
So I wanted to take him out of this place, and I think Kember said he was going to help. I'm not sure who. I thought that's
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
you guys
I just
will
also
help.
wanted to check all of his gear for any kind of insignias, or like if he had a note or anything, any place, inside of, his belt or his pouch or anything
Go
that
ahead and
his
give me
hammers
an
or any
investigation
other
check.
proof that I'm aware of.
give me an investigation check, please.
It was good, right?
not so good.
That's really low.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look around and you're just trying to find something familiar to you, and there's nothing that really stands out to you as ringing a bell on anything. Seems of importance.
Nothing that shows his name or like a symbol of like a family or clan or anything like
No, nothing at all, actually.
So I'll stay and bury him if everybody else wants to hurry back, or maybe we can do it faster together. But I just think
we'll help. We will help. We're not going to leave you here by yourself. Not with drunken 15-foot bears wandering around.
All right.
Or even sober.
So you guys are able to kind of pull him out, did you say the desire was to just kind of carry the body back? It was pretty desiccated, so it's not nearly as heavy as it would normally be. I mean, it got drained of its blood.
I think we should just bury it, I would imagine.
Yeah. And say a prayer over it.
All right. Yeah, you guys, as you get back up back up into daylight, and you find you kind of find some depressions in the ruins of the old homestead that was there. That was easy to pretty much lay the body in and cover it over with some stones laying around and stuff. So it doesn't take you but just a moment to get him buried appropriately, so you guys can get back to Carnival. You've probably been gone for, after the rest that you guys took and stuff, you've probably been gone for, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most. It's only about a 5 to 10 minute walk from where you're back to Carnival. And
we need to talk to Borag in private, so not in the middle of the Carnival. Pull him aside.
So, what you guys will want to go to is right up near the entrance to Carnival. I have Borag and all of you standing there with Borag.
Yep.
You see that point?
Yep.
Okay. All right, and Sandama's there with you. He was the one who blessing for you guys to leave your posts as security for Carnival for the time being, to go investigate the note that you had found, and you come back and read him. And he's just coming from what seemed to be an argument at one of the payout locations with a customer of Carnival, and you see him as you're coming back into Carnival to catch his eye, as he's a small man, much smaller than he is, as a mountain of an individual, kind of kicking the dirt a little bit and fussing at him, and seems dejected, and you catch his eye, and he sees that, and he kind of holds up a hand in understanding that he'll be with you all in a moment, just to hang out for a minute. But you see a smile appear on his face, almost, and Theros recognized this as a fatherly sense of concern abated from the fact that you guys have returned, especially because you've been gone longer than he would have expected you to be gone. And has a few more heated words with this individual, and then the individual kind of throws his hand down and kicks a little stone in the dirt and kind of stumps off upset. And then Borag comes over and he looks at you all and kind of shakes his head a bit after the encounter that he has. Oh, Renta Myzatis. Yes. Welcome.
A sore loser, Pravda?
He seemed to think that he could, shall we say, swindle us, but we know better, do we not? Do we not?
We are Carnival.
We do.
We are well known for our ability.
Yes. So I put him in his place. He was obviously not happy about this, but we are who we are, and we do what we do. So, my Satis, tell me, you've returned, and you have a companion with you. Good man. What?
Father, may we speak with you and Brian alone?
Bran is busy at the moment, but what is it that you need? But I see here that you have an individual. What is your name, good sir? And Sandama looks at him and he says, Sandama Surson, these young folk here, they've they've rescued me. I thought I was going to die, but I am in their debt. They could probably explain better than me, as my head is a bit foggy at this moment. But I will let them explain. But you have my sincerest thanks and gratitude for what has happened. He says, "Oh,
I think he may need a healer, Borag.
That's why I think we would need.
So Borag raises his hand
That's not a drink as well.
Off into the distance to the south, and he yells out, or he whistles. He lets out a whistle that you all are familiar with. That is a summoning whistle to Anton when somebody is in need of assistance. And you see Anton, who is the priest of the troop, come running to take care of Sundama at this point. And as Anton comes up to take care of him, Borag tells him to help this man out, and he turns to you all and he says, my Zatis, interesting tidings, tale being told by this man. Tell me, my young people, tell me, what do you know? What has happened? What did you find?
We found a nest of very nasty spider-like creatures that had burrowed into the well. And then we found this man cocooned. We fought many of the spiders. We destroyed their eggs and their brood mother.
Spiders?
Yes.
You... Wow.
Pravda, if I could add, it seems as though they were there to guard something. There were idols and so forth, and a test that we passed. But these spiders were maintained. Someone had cared for them and helped to grow them. They were giant, and they seemed to be perhaps more strong than a giant spider and more poisonous than, something without the aid of evil. We've seen many weird things, including the shadows, come alive and speak to us. Perhaps we should go inside before we talk more.
Whoa, yes. Yes, we shall. And he ushers you over, kind of back over behind one of the wagons to kind of have a speak with you in private. And before that happens, Anton gives some healing to Sundama, and he says, "My utmost debt and thanks to you all, my friends." He seems a lot more heartened and clear of mind, but I have some business that I am late for to attend to in Nevermore, so I must be going. But if you're ever in need of my assistance, and he hands you a little card that has his name on it, a little chip that has his name on it with information about who he is, and he is somewhat a furniture salesman, basically. And says if you're ever in Nevermore and or even up in Darkenhaven, in the main city of Darkenhaven, and you're in need of assistance, be sure to seek me out, because that's where he hails from. But possibly if you're in Nevermore and he happens to be there, he might be of help as well. So keep that in mind, my friends. I am in your debt, but I must be off. I do not want to lose this sale that I had brewing, that I had an appointment earlier today that I did not.
No, please. Hurry along your way, and we ever need your assistance, we will be in touch.
Okay. All right, so he runs off out of Carnival down the road towards Nevermore, and then Borag takes you all over back behind the wagons and tents over here into kind of a shady area where you can speak privately. And you guys, and Anton goes with you as well. What we're going to do at this point is I'm going to give you guys...
What was the other town he said? Nevermore and...
Nevermore is the town where you're near, but he comes from Darkenhaven, which is the primary city in these parts.
It's just up the road from Nevermore.
Yeah. Not
In Shurgenshire.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't know how long he was in the ground. He may be quite late for his appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah. After discussing a little bit, he gets kind of on what day it is. Realized that it was just the night before that it had been captured, and then you guys found him that next morning, midday,
Good.
something like that. But he had a meeting, that morning, so he was going to go try and make that meeting. So anyhow, what you guys are going to do at this point is you're going to we're gonna move on a little bit. So you tell Borag your story. You give him the information. He's quite impressed. He's very proud.
I'm going to tell him everything, including the door and the necromancer bit.
You see on his face that he's quite proud, and he gives you accolades for what you have done thus far. I'm going to ask you a couple questions of some things here in a second, but what you do have the opportunity to do is take a short rest in a safe place. So, in some circumstances, as part of a house rule in the Gooey Cube system, you can take a short rest and regain your spell slots. And I'm also going to have Anton heal everybody back to full.
Yeah. Yay!
Okay.
Oh, huzzah.
So you don't have to spend any hit dice. Everybody will go back up to full hit points. You'll get all of your spell slots back. Okay.
But you don't retain your hit die?
You do not get your hit die back, no. And if you had a condition on you, that condition wouldn't be broken. No, you'd have to take that long rest yet. Okay. So you guys get a little bit of food and rest as you're having a discussion with Borag. Do you guys tell him about the loot that you find?
I think we should. I think we would have discussed that.
I think we should hand it all to him right now.
Right. Well, hand him off the gold.
Okay. To look at.
Ask him if we
coins,
may
if
keep the
coins show-
scrolls.
Okay. He is quite pleased with the money that you found, and he is quite thankful. This each of you to keep a total of half of what it is that you found. So I think outside of this particular session, I will let you guys do the math on how much each of you retain, and then just go ahead and divvy it up equally. But you would gain back half of as total of what you found, and then each of you would gain that fifth of that. Does that make sense?
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. As far as the items, you're welcome to keep them. If nobody wants that Sarek Iron Wakasashi, then that could go to the troop itself.
I could dual wield.
Well, we had another short sword you can give.
Yeah, I've got one Sarek short sword.
We had 2 regular short swords you can give, if you want to keep the Sareks. I mean,
I think I'm going to swap. Yeah, I think I'm going to swap them out. I'll take the Sareks and give them the 2 short swords for.
All right.
For use in the. For the troop.
Good. And he's more than willing to give you that opportunity, especially because of what's been done in the bounty that you brought back and the information that you brought.
What does he think about the necromancer business?
Yeah.
That's where we'll kind of go back into roleplay a little bit, and you guys tell him about necromancer business, and his face kind of darkens a bit, and he gets kind of a strange, almost foreboding look about him. His countenance kind of changes, and he's concerned, and he says,
"We are as well,
my Zatis. What do you think is an appropriate course of action at this point?"
Do we have a way to bury that well so no one else can get that?
It seemed like some kind of initiation for a novice or apprentice to pass tests, and it said we passed the first test. And I agree. If we could ward off or keep away any future apprentices, that would be a good thing.
Kimber, you are quite astute, as I know that you are. You have always been, and you always will be. And yes, though I see the wisdom in your statement, I know that this is our last day of Carnival here, and we just do not have the time, and we're leaving anyhow. I feel that it would not be in our interest because of one, the people here, they do not trust us anyhow. and they may just blame any bad omens or any bad tidings or things that happen to them upon us. And it may be best for us just to leave this place tomorrow as we were already, and not bother to go down this road of evil anyhow. It's a time of ill portents, with it being the 12th of Desert Moon, and we don't know, but I would caution against pursuing the matter much further. There is much yet to do in today's carnival, and as you've been gone, I've had to kind of deal with some of these other issues, just as you have seen recently, and I really could use your help around carnival, and sending you off on an errand as such just does not seem appropriate to our time as we have at this moment.
Of course, Pravda. Of course.
Ara says, I agree, and that is the counsel that we all shared, and why we came back, Pravda.
I'll go get started packing.
It's not quite time yet.
Fliegen, my young friend, yes. As we shall pack, we shall. But for this moment, there is much coin to be gained and other provisions necessary to prepare ourselves on our way as we head to Pronandal in the coming days. So I say, I would like you all to take a moment, rest up, heal up. Know that you have learned much this day, and I am quite proud. I must get back to the wrestling ring. I'm having a good day, gaining much to our coffers, and I must return to that. But I ask you to go upon your rounds. In fact, I think that the great Gladsby over in the gambling tents was in need of some assistance recently. In fact, I think he might be, so that may be a suggested place to get started. But I must be going. Any other questions for me, my Zatis?
We found this necklace. We don't know what it is. It may have magical property. Could my mother or someone look at it and let us know?
Yes, you might, or you might consider seeing Mother Salvenza at some point today. She might be a good one to take a look at that and let you know. Your mother would be good too, but she's quite busy, I can tell at this moment. So is the mother, but she loves her children so, and her grandchildren so I'm sure she would love to see that, or even tonight at the tent fire might be a most appropriate time to pull that out.
Of course.
As we close up for the evening. So,
of course, Pravda. Thank you.
I bid you all well. I must be on my way, but I shall see you again soon. And so, without any more than that, he kind of heads off over to the wrestling fields, and while you guys are resting up, you remember that there was some pretty epic moments with Theros and his most astounding weapon.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give him an opportunity to tell you the story of this astounding weapon. And while time is not necessarily of the essence, I think it would be appropriate to let Theros tell us a tale.
Please, Theros.
Gladly.
Well, I eat this sausage bear that they made up. Ha! It's very good.
Well, come, ye fools. Pull up a chair and pop a squat. Grab a cup of cheer or a mug of merry, for I shall tell ye a tale of the origins of Graxel, the great axe, soul, and the wagon wheel shield. It was not long after the high rose blooms of the spring, 4 years prior. The troupe had broken hard camp and performed several shows, but the carnival season was still young. The troupe was making its often dangerous trip over one of the many mountain passes in Verdestia, in one of the worst torrential spring downpours in even Mother Sylvestia's memory. This is when the mother's wagon suffered not only a broken axle, but a broken wheel and leaf springs. Her wagon was, like herself, a special oddity among the oddities. It was a lighter wagon than, say, the beast or cargo wagons. And it was the only wagon to have suspension in the form of the steel leaf springs to accommodate the fragile seer cargo and, of course, the aged matron. Borag quickly called on his large and still growing son to assist Darren and Calva repair the wagon. And this was one of the first times Theros had been tested. Not just tested in strongman competitions or feats of strength, no! Theros was called on by his father to truly exert his strength and courage to crawl under the wagon to lift it with all four limbs, for the wagon's back end had slipped into the mud. Unfortunately, the standard jacks could not gain teeth anywhere to lift the mired wagon. He was the only one strong enough for his size, and although he's large, he was still shorter and more compact than his father. Theros had used every fiber of his physical strength to lift the wagon, just enough for the others to gain leverage to use the jacks. Unknowingly to his father, Theros' face emerged on the stream of water running down the middle of the road. As he laid on his back, lifting the wagon, Theros choked on the mud and muck, filling his nose, mouth, and lungs, and yet he lifted the wagon as ordered by his father. Theros saved the wagon, the trip, but most of all, the next carnival. After Jax had lifted the wagon to a safe working height, the young brute slid from under the wagon. He was met with gags spitting out the earthly gunk, and his father's broad smile and prideful eyes. He considers that day to be his defining moment between boyhood and manhood. When the work was complete, Borag, with a knowing smirk, dropped into his son's hands the broken axle. We Hanatos have little and must make use of everything we have. Make something of this. Theros took to his father's challenge, and he even grabbed the broken leaf springs and wheel. Already a plan for the broken parts had formed in his mind. And for the next 3 months he worked and learned from the steels on how to bend the steel of the leaf strings into 2 curved semicircles. They showed him how to place an edge on the hardened steel that would split ironwood with ease. Next, he embedded the blades into the broken axle, secured them with 2 pins into each side of the base of the head of the new axe, and 3 pins to the axe's crown, fastened the 2 blades into one. Cray the blade taught Theros how to use leather to bind and balance the new axe after he whittled one end down to make it manageable to hold in the hand. Although not pretty, Graxel was surprisingly durable and agile, and repairs were always easy as they were standard wagon parts. With the leftover leather from Cray, Theros tied straps onto the broken wheel and made a makeshift shield. And although it was large and had large and wide holes between the spokes, the wheel defended well against slashing and bashing. Despite the equipment looking primitive and odd, Theros takes great pride in their representation of him rising to not 1, but 2 challenges from his father that fateful day. And that, my friends, is the tale of Graxel.
Well done. Well done.
Very nice.
I thought you all would enjoy that as friend put that story together for how he created his wonderful weapon, and it has already shown its wonderful abilities.
Yeah, it's amazing ability to hack things to bits.
Yeah. So
More legs, more damage.
So it does a lot for us. So
Theros,
with
take
that,
some bear sausage. You need your strength back.
It's a pretty good
bear
recipe you
sausage.
threw in there.
I like that recipe. All right, Theros, I would like you to go ahead and roll. table. That excellent work earned you a reward. So go ahead and give us a roll.
Well, thank you.
Awesome.
Looks like I've got 2 of those now.
Yep, you got 2 of those. So
Wow, exact same thing.
All right. So, all right, my friends. From here, it's time for you guys to start making your rounds in Carnival. And Borag said maybe you want to head on over towards the gambling tents and see what kind of help the Great Gatsby needed at this point.
Yes.
So, if you guys want to head over towards the gambling tents,
did you want to share the handout of Graxel?
I did.
Oh, I didn't see that go out
Did
there.
I not? Did you show it there? Did you guys click on it when I shared it?
Haven't seen a share of it.
I just put it in again. Did it pop up then?
Nope.
Okay, hang on a second. I am sorry. You know what I did? All right, now I'm going to show it to everybody. Now does everybody see it?
Yes.
Okay. That's something that I did not know that it would do, so I just learned something in Roll20. All right, well, my hope was to be able to show that to everybody while he was reading that, but apparently it didn't work the way I thought it did. So now you can see it, so there it is. That is the Graxel and the wagon wheel. All right,
Nice, very nice.
So everybody's going to head over here towards the gambling tents. And as you guys get about halfway, crowds, obviously Carnival is a lot more busy, and there's a lot more exciting things going on than when you guys left. A lot more of the townsfolk are in place. The horror of the bear attack is kind of passed on by. The gambling tents are getting pretty busy. The wrestling fields, the archery places, the different, the great tent is going on. Things are going on there and such. And as you're working your way through the crowd toward the gambling tents, an interesting occurrence happens. Suddenly, from out of the crowd, a tough-looking Moiroon woman with a sailor captain's hat, eye patch, tattoos, and scars approaches your group. She wears 2 cutlasses on her hip. And she says to Kember, she actually comes up to Kember and hands him something, and she says, "Hold this, matey!" She says gruffly as she shoves an awkward, loosely wrapped bundle into your hands. She looks around warily to see if anybody is watching, and then she whispers in your ear and she says, "I'll be back later. Don't lose it. And there's coin in it for you if I get it back, same as it is." And then she immediately turns around and disappears into the crowd.
Kimber stands in awe and thinks how nice her anchor straps were. I mean, her anchor tattoo was.
My eyes are up here, son. Yes. So, yeah, she takes off after you hand the thing and are quite impressed with her, shall we say, assets. What do you do with this?
Well, after standing there for a while, I will turn to Kenna and say, "Did you see that?
Did I?
Did you?"
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. Yes. That was very strange.
Did I make a good impression?
Apparently there's something trustworthy about you that she saw. But, what is it that she handed you?
Kismia has come my way again. I just stood here and this beautiful woman came up to me. Very exotic, but beautiful. She had a nice anchor tattoo and she handed me something, said she would be back. And if I still had it, that she would pay me.
Oh, you
Yeah,
lucky dog!
What is it?
And he got excited. His anchor.
I don't know. What do I have? I show it to Kenna and all my brothers.
Okay.
What does
so
the package look like?
You unwrap the bundle then, right?
Well, I will look at the bundle in astonishment until someone tells me different.
We should probably open it.
Kimber, snap out of it.
It's just kind of a bundle wrapped up and tied together. It's a bundle of burlap wrapped up and tied together.
I
And
listen
there's,
to it.
obviously, so there's something heavy inside.
Hopefully, it doesn't cry like a baby. I will open it.
All right. Well, you open it up and you find inside several exquisitely made gold-plated tools. They include a sextant, a pocket watch, a compass, and a hand telescope.
Had to have a
actually-
sextant in there, didn't you?
I was about to say it's a beautiful sextant.
Of course, and we have no bards with us. Oh,
Boys.
yes. So the items look like they might be quite valuable, considered they're plated in gold.
There was 4.
Yeah, there was a sextant, a pocket watch, a compass, and a hand telescope.
Well, I would bundle those back up and hold on to them.
I do
If they
so.
belong to someone other than her, we can take care of that. But
The value of the items caused me to look around to see if anybody is eyeing us as we're looking at the items.
Go ahead, give me a perception check, please.
There's still any sign of her? Can we see her walking away?
Go ahead and give me a perception check then.
these
all right.
items do appear to be something that a sailor, which she looked like, would be in possession of. They just seem to be rather valuable.
Kimber, you kind of look around to see if anybody may have noticed, or even if they did notice, if they're interested in what transpired and what's going on. And it doesn't seem as anybody really pays it any attention. If they did notice, there may have been some people who saw the handoff and saw what you were doing, but if anybody is paying attention to it, you noticed or recognized that.
Can I say
Roar-
that I noticed someone? Because I do notice somebody on the map. We have a very small individual that may be watching us.
Yeah, he's kind of over behind one of the tents, watching you. Yes.
I thought
Medley.
so. I thought so.
Yeah. But
Are there any? Go ahead.
yeah, he's off there, and he sees you look his direction. So I was gonna respond to Gror. He was looking to see if he could see the Moiroon sailor again, and she's kind of short enough to where she disappeared, and he doesn't seem to spy her out at this point. She disappeared off into the crowd somewhere.
Are there any other sailors? Anyone in like sailor uniforms or outfits?
Not in the near vicinity, no. Not anybody that you see within the people around you.
We miss any kind of pirate ships parked outside on the road or anything like that?
No, though you are relatively near the coast, where you're at in the field right here isn't nearby, so no.
Large
Is it
wheels,
as
pirate ship,
unusual as it might be? Okay.
giant wagon wheels on a boat.
So,
Is it at all normal for somebody to be blue?
Moiroon are blue. They're
That is their race. Yeah.
They're water folk. They're often sailors, but they're a race of people from the water. They would be analogous to merfolk in lore, in our lore,
But without the tails.
but without the tails. Yes, and they're somewhat short in stature, but they're an interesting race, and they're blue. Yep. So, all right. So that
I guess
happens.
we can continue on to the gambling tents.
Head on to the gambling tents. All right. So
I will tuck it in my tunic and then tighten up my tunic and belt to make sure it doesn't slide out or I lose it in any way, and I'll even wrap one of my arms kind of around my waist holding onto the clothes so that I don't lose any of the items, for I can't wait till she returns.
And I'm going to actually follow Kimber just to keep an eye on him slightly from a distance to make sure nobody tries to lift it off of him.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay, so you guys are heading over to the gambling tents there, and Borag had mentioned that maybe it would be good for you to head over to the Great Cladsby's tent. I'm going to go ahead and show him to you real quick because you're very familiar with him. You've seen him before and worked with him from a young age, obviously. And he's a man who's very gifted in running the gambling organization that the Blue Veil Troop uses to, shall we say, profit from those who might put their money down in these places. You go over to his tent, and there seems to be a gathering of people around the outside of his tent, observing what looks to be some fairly large individuals getting into a bit of a scrap. They are tall, lean men with orange skin and purplish hair, and they seem to be trying to throw each other to the ground, kind of grumbling and yelling at each other. Following behind them is the small but ever dapper figure of the Great Cladsby, and he looks over at you as he sees you guys kind of come up into the area, and he kind of gives a sigh and motions you over. You guys go over to him as these others start to kind of they're fighting about something.
I'll go over and grab them both by the cuffs of their shirts.
Do they look like Sarth?
They do. Yes, they are actually two Sarth individuals. So Theros, you're going to go over and try and separate them.
Yep.
I will back him up.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and move yourself into position over there. So Theros, you're going to try and grab each one of them.
Yeah, their shirts to pull them apart.
Grab each one of them and try and pull their shirts apart. Okay. That's interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up rules for grappling. There we go. Okay, copy here. Post this here. All right. So when it comes to grappling, if you want to grapple somebody, they must be no more than one size larger than you. And these are men, so not more than one size larger than you. And using at least one free hand, you try and seize the target by making a grappling check. So you're going to have to do one for each one of them. So what you need to do is I need you to make a athletics check versus a choice of theirs. And we will see if you grapple the first one. So you make an athletics check versus his strength. And you go to grab him, and in the scuffle that they're doing, he bounces against your arm and knocks it out of the way. So go ahead and try and grapple the other one. All right, you go and try and grapple him, and flips around and just tumbles out of the way as you try and grab him as well. Kenna, you said you were trying to back him up.
Yeah.
What did you do when this happened?
I'm like, gentlemen, what is going on here?
They ignore you.
Oh, no, they don't. If I have to, I'll slap both of them.
And they're kind of grunting. They're not talking to each other. They're just kind of grunting and grabbing each other, punching and kicking, and they're just in a big scrap and everything. And the Great Cladsby sees, and he yells over to Theros, and he's like, could you please try and get these scrap off of each other? They're both cheats and liars anyway. We need to get them taken care of.
I'll take care of them. Let's go, guys. See if we can pull them apart.
Okay. So who wants to go first? Or is everybody going to kind of jump into the fray? Who wants to go first?
Well, the one that the one that rolled out of the way, I'm just gonna step between him and the other guy and be like, "Dump now."
Okay. One of them's going to take a swing at you. He's going to connect with your jaw. For 5 bludgeoning damage.
Why am I not seeing any of this come up on the?
Did it not?
No, I'm not seeing any.
Roll?
Nothing's rolled up.
Oh, that was the wrong thing. Let me try again. Okay, never mind. He's going to connect with your jaw.
Okay,
for
for 5
bludgeoning
bludgeoning,
damage.
just like you said.
We didn't doubt you at all. We don't ever doubt the GM.
So
Never.
you see stars as a big fist knocks your teeth a little sideways and below to your head, and you kind of stagger around a little bit. So that was Kenna. Who else wants to take a...
Oh, Fleegan! Fleegan wants to get into this.
Okay. What is
He's going to
Fleegan
run
doing?
in. He's going to run into this guy, grab one of his legs like a 5-year-old toddler, wrap himself around it, and try to impede his movement.
Okay. Acrobatics or athletics? Give me a roll.
As I find Fleegan.
All right, you go in there and you try and wrap his legs. Just as you're getting your arms and hands wrapped up between his legs to get him down to the ground, he kicks expertly and just kind of knocks you out of the way. And you thought you had him for a second, and you just didn't quite make it. All right, who else?
All right, the one that punched Kenna.
Okay, that
He's
one.
going to get tackled.
Theros, kill this man.
No,
Alright,
I want
no.
to give guidance to Theros. Is that okay since I haven't done anything yet?
Yep. So go ahead and roll your athletics or acrobatics, whichever one you want to use, and add a d4 to that.
We're talking about Theros, right? Okay, there it is.
Yep, so 14. So you
Jiminy
jump on him and
Christmas.
try and tackle him, and you takes his big burly arms and he just breaks the hold and breaks your hold on him at the last second. All right.
I can take down 8 legs, but 2 is just too few.
All right, Gror. Do you, Gror, want to try and jump
I
in?
snuck up on that burly gambler
Okay.
because I was over by the purple tent.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Okay.
Not
All right,
bad.
you sneak up on him. So you can do whatever you want to do with advantage.
Using the fine dwarven art of grappling, I'm going to jump on his back and apply a chokehold.
Okay.
I can see no way in which this could possibly go horribly wrong.
Okay, give me a either an athletics or acrobatics
With advantage.
with advantage. All right. You
Crit.
jump up on his back, and you not only give him a chokehold, but you put him into a sleeper, and you take him down to the ground and knock him out. So he is out cold. So one of them is out cold. I don't know if that's the right token, but we'll just go with that. Tag. And all right, who hasn't gone yet? Kimber.
I am protecting the precious gear that I have and kind of standing back watching my brothers.
Yeah, and you cast a guidance on the one.
Yeah, I have done something.
Okay, all right. Kenna, you took a shot to the jaw. What do you want to do?
I want to plant a rather athletic foot squarely in his man bits.
Nether regions?
Sextant.
Yeah, squarely in the sextant.
Okay. You made me laugh. If you don't have a inspiration, take one.
I'll take it and I'm going to use it. So
Okay.
I'm doing this with advantage.
Okay.
So is
Let's
that
see what your man bits do. Athletics or acrobatics? Your choice.
25 critical hit? Wow! Punch me, will you?
Have you ever played Balls of Steel?
I have not.
Okay. There was this game, the crazy, stupid things we do in college. We would stand across from each other about 10 foot away, and we would take a tennis ball, and we would bounce a tennis ball off the ground in an attempt. And when you
hit
get
the
hit with that
sextant?
tennis ball, you go down hard.
Yeah, I can imagine. I played tennis in high school, so
Yes.
yeah, I've been accidentally clipped there. So
Yes. So I can relate to what just happened with this individual. Yes, he went down.
boom!
Just sit on him.
Now
And,
get
he
these
is
people
down.
out of my carnival.
He's got his big mitts and he's cradling him across his family jewels, and he is in some serious pain. In fact, he's vomiting whatever he ate this morning on the ground, to tell you the truth. Yep. So the great Clasby comes over and he's like, "Oh, Xatus, you know." You hear a little squeaky voice from over beside the tent, and your little friend Smedley's like, "Oh hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about. That's what we do. Yeah, look at that. Oh, what a shot! Good job. Oh, my heroes, you are awesome." And Clasby comes over and he says, "Oh, thanks, man. Those guys, they were giving me trouble all afternoon. Here's a little something for you, trouble sons." And he gives each of you a lek.
Sweet.
I
So he
expected
just presses
maybe
the
Sills,
lucky.
but Lek.
Yep. So he hands a lek
Take
to
that.
you. Leah.
I assume we're going to drag these guys out of the carnival.
You guys kind of collect them up and you drag them over and kind of present them to the guards there near the entrance, and they collect them and ushering them off to.
Before
Where they need
we
to
get
go.
too far into there, I want to check to see if they have any stuff that can easily disappear, like money pouches.
Give me a sleight of hand check, please, with
Also,
advantage.
I want to check the guards to make sure they've got food and drink if they need it.
Yep.
All right. You're looking for that. Let me see real quick. They might. Hang on a second. You find that one of them has a pouch that has some beef jerky in it, and another one has a rabbit's foot and a small pocket knife, but no coins.
I'll take the pocket knife.
Okay.
And the beef jerky, because I like beef jerky.
Okay. All right. Those guys, I'm gonna put them away here.
Only
All
thing that
right.
would have been more impressive is if they were Grundish.
So, your little friend Smedley is over here, like, oh yeah, you're so cool, and I kind of saw that you got some shinies. Can I see the shinies? I think they're pretty cool. Can you see the shinies? And he walks over to Kimber and he's like, What is it, man? I want to see it. I want to see it.
Smedley, you're not supposed to be near the gambling tents.
Oh, you sound like my mom. I mean, really? Come on,
I'm not
come
that
on,
old.
Show me the shinies. I want to see the shinies. Those look cool. And that maroon. Oh, she was hot, wasn't she? I mean,
Hey,
I would totally.
Smedley. Hey, did
What?
you get yourself any of that bear meat? That mighty beast that was about to eat you? Now you can eat him. Why don't you go get some and bring me back some also?
Which you say makes his eyeballs get big as he remembers that, and he gets a little nervous and everything. He's like, I kind of had a question for you all. There was some on the tree over here that seemed interesting, and I thought maybe you would all want to come take a look at it. Yeah, over here.
Something on the tree.
Do you want to go take a look, Fleegan?
Certainly, lad. Lead the way.
I'll go with him.
I'll hang out with Kim.
Yeah, I'll go to the tents over here, but I don't want to go too far out.
I am curious about this tree.
All right, so he takes you over to a tree, and affixed to the tree is a poster. The poster is about 8 inches by 10 inches, and it's made on rather thick parchment, and it's been tacked to the tree with 4 copper tacks. And it reads as follows: The Zyranthian Republic oppresses the people. Join those who would stop this evil regime. Come to Nevermore Town Hall on Desert 23 at 8 bells and learn more.
I tear it down.
Okay.
We don't allow other people to post sales and stuff during our Carnivale.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Smedley says, "What does it mean? What does it mean? I don't understand. What does that mean? I know we're in the Zyranthian Republic, but what does it mean?"
Some people don't like the nobility.
And his eyes get kind of shifty. He's like, "Oh, look over there. I think I see something I want to go do." And he kind of runs off this direction. As you guys are doing that, you notice just coming out of the back of the purple tent over here, man you known as Tavern Zis pops out the back of the tent.
Is he a member of our
Yes.
haunted house? Okay.
Here you go. I'm going to show him real quick. Okay. Tavern, you know him. He's a mix between Orcish and Elvish blood, and he has some fangs protruding from his lower lip there. Captivating blue eyes. He's quite handsome, actually. Quite handsome indeed. And he's known as a Gamish. A Gamish is head Gamish. So he's the one who kind of takes care of the purple tent there. You see him slip out of the back of the tent before discreetly tucking something into his sleeve. He gives you a wave and a wink, and as he turns to move back into the tent, a pretty female half-elf slides up to him from the side of the tent into view. And with a flirty, familiar look, she whispers something into his ear. And then, unabashedly, she leans into him and plants a long, deep kiss on his lips. Everybody give me a perception check, please.
Kenna blushes.
You said perception.
Mm-hmm. And that's her. Okay.
Do we know her?
No, you do not. Anybody above, who rolled above a 13. You notice that as she's kissing him, she clips his purse.
I run over there.
I laugh.
She sees you coming and she takes off running
Oh.
I never liked him
and tries
anyways.
to disappear into the crowd.
Oh, I'm gonna pursue.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Let me see here.
In fact, after being punched in the face, I'm tackling. I have had it.
All right. So you're gonna pursue. I want you to go ahead and give me a perception check and an athletics check, please.
Okay. Perception 19. Athletics?
or acrobatics. Athletics or acrobatics.
17 on acrobatic.
All right. Okay. You're able to keep eyes on her and tackle her.
Excellent.
So, all right. She's like, oof! Oh, sister! My dear, beautiful, lovely lady. Oh. You are quite...
I will take
quite
his
lovely. And
purse
she kinda,
back.
She kind of reaches out as if she's going to stroke your face. What do you do?
Slap her hand away.
Oh. You're not into that, huh? Okay. Well,
His purse now.
what are you talking about, my dear?
As I start to slide the wakizashi out of the sheath, I said, "Give me his purse back now."
Oh, you mean this keiki?
Yes.
She's like, "Oh, my dear, you know, I tell you, you're obviously good at this. You've done these kind of things, so I'll give you this one." And she says, "You know, it was good of you to notice these kind of things, and I mean, he had it coming. He's kind of a flirt, but."
You have no idea, but yes. Hand it over.
Okay, fine.
And then I will ask you kindly to leave.
Oh, you know, I've been around these parts Nevermore for quite some time, and yeah, I've kind of worn out my welcome, as it were. So I shall be off. I was just looking for a little bit of money for passage, and just happened to find a, shall we say, a sucker, to provide for that. But seeing as you're quite astute, and I'm impressed with what you've done, I tell you what, why don't not only I go ahead and give this back to you, but I offer you something for your troubles if you just kind of let me go with no questions asked.
Okay, what do you have?
All right. So she puts a ring into your hand, and it may come in handy in the future.
Well, you have a wonderful day, and chew.
Okay.
Wow.
While this exchange is going on, I make sure to hold on to what I have in my tunic and watch Kenna closely to see if anything leaves Kenna's body.
So Kemper's like holding himself,
well,
hugging himself.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Who?
Kimber, because he was watching to see if Kenna gets her purse clipped at the same time.
correct. Yeah.
No, you would have seen it if she did. So.
Interesting.
So yeah, she goes ahead and disappears off in the crowd after handing that nice little item, and you can head back over to Mr. Zis there.
Tevrin.
Say it again.
Tevrin's this.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow, she was cute. Was she not cute? Oh.
I hand him his purse.
Like, oh.
Blushing
Well,
while
thank you.
I do so.
He's like, oh, my dear. Thank you. Thank you for helping out with this. I mean, you dispensed the justice that was necessary, and I appreciate your help with that. And
It is what the Brevda has assigned for me for the day. You, keep a closer eye on your purse. And maybe
yes,
less of an eye on the young ladies.
You know, I have learned a value. Though I would like to keep my eye on you, young lady. And, you know, young as you are, I would probably be in trouble with your mother had I made advances. But I have the gambling to get back to.
Of course.
So I appreciate your help, and he hands you a gold.
Thank you.
And pops back into the tent.
As I come walking back to the rest of the group, kind of fanning myself.
Wow, what an oddly beneficial night this has been for us.
Tell me about it, as I'm like putting the ring on.
Okay, so as you're doing that, you see one of your fellow Frenta. Sorry, I'm missing the name here. Well, one of your fellow Frenta motions to you from the entrance to the middle tent there, the red tent, and motions you over to the entrance to the tent.
We shall go.
Yep.
So yeah, so you guys head on over to the entrance tent, and they motion you inside. You recognize, as you look into the tent, somebody you well know as well, who's one of the troop, Fresha Firehair, with her bright red hair, her fiery orange hair, clearly marking her in the crowded confines of the tent here. And she looks up and smiles at you as she gathers a large pile of coins for the house. And she waves you over in the same movement. There is, however, a hint of concern in her glance. You guys want to head over towards her?
Is there anyone else around her?
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the tent. So the tent has about 10 men standing black die table. It's a gambling game that they have there. There are two Frenta assisting her in running the game. Black die is actually a game that's played with 4 six-sided red dice and a single six-sided black die. You know the rules well enough to know that the odds aren't in these players' favor, but it's always a popular game with locals.
All right, I'll walk up. I assume that I can walk up behind her.
Yeah, you can reach over to get over behind her and next to her.
And so just whisper into her ear.
Yeah, so as you reach the side of the table where she's sitting, Keith, one of the assisting Frenta, passes the dice cup to the next caster, which is the player at the table. Bets are set on numbers and a flurry of activity takes place. Frisha, however, is only focused on you. She turns away from the table, kind of motions you over to an area where there's not a lot of people. Her eyes are intent on yours, and in a quiet voice, she speaks. She says, and she motions the rest of you over, so you guys can all kind of get together with her. And she says, "Listen to me, friends. I think there is evil afoot. 2 men who were playing here only minutes ago are planning to murder a man and a woman at carnival, and they want to blame it on us." Oscar overheard their plans as they left. And there are a couple of bruisers with close-shaved heads. One has 3 scars across his face, and they're both wearing armor and weapons openly. Their quarry is a priest of Cassandrea and a priestess of Viana, and they passed through just before.
Sorry, you cut out there, Casey.
Okay. So she's saying their quarry, the people that they're planning on murdering, is a priest of Cassandrea and a priestess of Viana. So 2 priests.
Well,
They had just passed through just before. The priest is a aging human with brown hair, and the priestess is a human in her early 40s, and she's got brown hair.
Are they together, traveling together?
They seem to be traveling together, yes. They've been somewhat of an annoyance. They're coming into the gambling, kind of haranguing the customers, telling them that they're swindling their money, which could be better given to the poor and such. And so I kind of shoot them on, kind of frustrated with them, but I don't want to see them, murdered by any means, and I definitely don't want to see them murder them and then blaming us on us. That would not bode well whatsoever.
Not at all.
They should be obvious in their robes. Probably easier to find them than it would be the cutthroats themselves, as they would kind of blend into the crowd, but the priests themselves would be fairly easy to pick out.
No time to wait, then we should split up and start to find them.
I would say that the killers would probably try to murder them somewhere away, but close enough to call over the guards quickly. So hurry now, do whatever can be done to stop them, and be careful. There may be more than just the two of them.
Hey, sister.
Yes.
Do you still have that paper you got off the tree?
Yes.
Perhaps you should dispose of it in a fire or something. We would hate to be caught by that if we end up in trouble and the guards want to search
Yes,
us.
of course. I'll drop that paper in the nearest brazier.
Okay. All right. So you drop it in the nearest brazier. It incinerates it almost immediately as it kindles into flame and everything like that. What do you guys want to do?
Step out and start looking.
Yep. See if we
You
can
guys
find them.
step out of the tent and you start looking around. I would go ahead and zoom out the map until you see kind of a forest area off to the east, over by where it says the Wagon of Sweets and Tent of Worn Feelings.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ping over there. So you actually notice off in the distance, off beyond the archery range, and the skill at arms ring there, probably across the skill at arms ring, you see back behind an old oak tree, large oak tree, what's a couple of robed individuals that match the description of the priest and the priestess, kind of passing over behind that tree, and they seem to be accompanied by a couple of individuals that seem to bear the description of the individuals that she's talking about. They're kind of all walking that way, and they don't seem to be threatened by them. They all seem to be walking together off towards the woods there.
Well, we'll head in that direction.
Sprint after them.
Okay.
Yep.
So you take off over into that direction.
Yep. Come on, boys.
Let me grab something real quick. Okay. All right. Okay, so you sprint over to them, and what do you guys do? Like they're threatened. They just seem to be walking together towards the wood, and just on the edge of the woods, you catch up to them. What do you all do?
Leaving so soon? There's
Try to
yet
get-
much food to be eaten, much drink to be drank.
The priest actually turns around somewhat startled, not realizing that you guys were there, and looks at you and says, these individuals, they say that they have a friend here in the woods that needs help. He's hurt, and we were coming over to help them. Maybe perhaps you guys could help us as well if there's something nefarious about it.
We will assist us in any way we can.
Happy to oblige.
Okay, give me everybody give me perception. All right. There we go with natural 20s again.
Jeez. Way to go, Kimber.
And there's some pretty good perception rolls. Your guys' they're pretty heightened as a lot of things have happened, and you've had an interesting day up to this point. And you recognize that the two individuals that are accompanying the priest and the priestess, bear the descriptions of what Fresha had told you. And they both seem to be a little bit nervous and kind of looking around and looking behind them and not quite sure what to do. They're uncomfortable with this situation.
I'll try to put myself between them and the priest and priestess physically.
Okay. All right. The priest actually holds a hand out and says, excuse me, big man. We need to get over for what it is exactly you're doing. Gror, what were you doing? Hold on. Gror, what were you doing? I thought you were going to say something. No? Okay. Well, okay. Theros, what were you saying?
I was going to make that, as we make our way back into the forest, I'll put myself physically between them. Not like try to push people out of the way or anything. I should have been more clear.
Yeah, they still seem somewhat concerned about what you're doing and kind of pushes you back, and he's not real interested in you getting close, especially because you're Hanatas and they don't trust you either. And one of the other unsavory looking individuals kind of rolls his eye a little bit and he's like, oh, yeah, those Shazat, of course, maybe we can just handle them. And the priestess says, if they want to help, let's get to your friend here quickly and see what's going on. And
my friendly priests, I can take care of this. Why don't you go back and enjoy yourselves? Because if there is somebody injured near our carnival, we should be the ones to take care of it.
Give me persuasion, please. I appreciate that sentiment. I'm not sure if I would call you brother, seeing as who you are. Looks kind of down upon you with somewhat of a shrug. Look, says, you guys do your thing, and maybe we could just do our thing and part ways at this moment. I don't know. And the priestess looks over to the priest and kind of quizzically is asking for his advice. And he looks around and says, "Oh, sister, yes, these youngsters, maybe they could be of us, but I don't know. I guess if they want to come and be with us, they could. Maybe we should move on." And the other two are kind of looking back and forth and everything. Maybe our friend, maybe we should yell out to him and see if hey before across him unawares. He might be scared. Everybody make an insight check. They're kind of telegraphing that they're not real smart. They're tripping over themselves. Yeah, Theros is about the only one who pick up on the fact that they're trying to talk their way out of this at this point.
Oh, but surely your friend wouldn't be scared of us? He needs her help. Why don't we go find him?
And as you're saying that, a quote-unquote friend
Lead the way.
kind of comes out of the forest and says, "Oh, hello!" Kind of feigning, which you guys easily recognize, feigning surprise at seeing you all standing there. "Oh, hello there. Yes, brothers. Oh, I see you went to get help, but that thing, ish, whatever. I took care of it. So I think everything is fine, and we can be on our way. Yes, we shall be on our way, right? Yes.
Then be on your way."
And so they take your suggestion and their suggestion, and they go and head off kind of into the forest, away. So the priest and the priestess look at you and say,
Brother,
Well-
sister, we were told that those men meant you harm. That is why we showed up.
go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Oh, really? A one?
Oh, wow. Double ones. Double ones.
I think it adds to the story. It adds.
I think we're going to get blamed for everything from here on out forevermore.
The priestess looks at you. She had already not been impressed with you, and even at this point, as you begin to speak, you know that time when you go to talk and you have some saliva in your mouth, and you go to talk and you actually get some spittle come flying out of your mouth, and a little bit of spittle comes flying out of your mouth, and it lands on you.
Yeah, it's called gleeking. Yeah.
Yeah. She that happens, and she just gets the look of disgust on her face, and she's like, "Oh, I would not use this word, and I'm not going to say it, but you disgust me."
Maybe you should be on your way as well, as I just turn and walk away.
Yes, and the both of them kind of throw their heads up in the air and maybe say a prayer to their god about, what do you call it? It's getting late. Sorry. The prejudice that they have against you all. And
Who are the gods that we that our troop worships?
Jinx and primarily Jinx. I can't remember the others right off.
I'm gonna mumble a prayer to Jinx that they, find their way home, but in a really inconvenient way.
Okay.
May Kismia bring you good fortune.
Do me a favor. Give me a religion check, please, as you say that prayer. Okay.
Just as bad.
All right.
Well,
More spittle.
yeah.
No, not more spittle. But so they kind of head on off to the crowd, and nothing more happens at that point. So, you guys, as you're heading back into Carnival, you're passing by the wagon of sweets and the tent of warm feelings, and you hear a roar of from the crowd and some grunting and yelling coming towards the wrestling field, and you guys head over towards the wrestling field, and Borag is actually in the field at that point with Kalnassi, his wife, standing off of the ring. He's out in the ring there, and what is he doing here?
Hey, Mom.
Yay, I'm already there.
He's in the ring with a couple of individuals, and the crowd is kind of packed around one side, and they're cheering on the individuals as it looks like they may have the better of Borak. And You see him look over towards you, and then he looks over at his son, and he gives a wink at the son as he almost nonchalantly reaches out to the individual that's wrapped around his leg, ready to take him down, and just expertly grabs him by the back of the neck as he kicks his leg around in a feint towards the other one, sweeping his legs out from underneath him, and then takes the head of the other one and smacks it into the head of the one that's on the ground, knocking them both out cold immediately. And some of the crowd cheers as they were betting on Vegla come true, and a big portion of the crowd kind of moans and groans as they have to pay up because of the betting that they did against Borag.
See, Theros, that's how you do it.
Yeah. And it just kind of in a flourish, he does that, and he smiles at you all as he does so. And my friends, that is it for the night. We shall pick up at our next session.
Yay!
Seeing what the rest of Carnival might bring us. But I appreciate everybody spending the evening with us. We hope that your night has been enjoyable as you experience the epic conclusion to the trek through the old well as they took down the beast of the mother of the brood, and as they encountered a few things and found out some intriguing threads to the story of the Darkest Dream. So we hope that you will join us again next time as the Greater Mulmaster Beholder Corps, our crew, presents The Darkest Dream by Gooey Cube. And we tell everybody again, may all of your adventures be sticky.
Yay!
Thank you, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Aye.